hearing, relationships first. I'm hearing, show your operator's side to these individuals. I guess my question is, obviously you had a large audience with, bigger pockets and that, but for, people that are just starting out, what would you suggest in terms of building that authority, that credibility,
Yeah,
showing folks what you do to kind of elicit that outside of those conversations that you mentioned in church?
sure. Yeah, I'll give you three things real quick that I would do. And I've done kind of all three of them. Number one, I would keep working the personal brand online. You never know who you're going to meet. So by just being engaging with one social media platform that you like, Instagram usually works well. Facebook can work well. Maybe you're a LinkedIn person. Just like putting what you're learning, what you're doing. I think that's always good to invest in, even though you might not land the deal now, but 3 years from now, you'll be thankful. Or what's that quote like, shoot, it has to do with planting. Anyway, the best time to plant a tree was
20 years ago.
20 years
yeah,
ago.
20 years
And
ago.
today.
The second best time is now. Like, yeah, you wish you would have started a personal brand 20 years ago and have a million followers, but whatever. You might as well start now. So in 20 years, you'll be like, oh, I'm so glad I did that. So number one, a personal brand online never hurts. Number two, local real estate clubs are probably actually my favorite way for a local person. Local real estate clubs are like the hub. If you don't have one, even better, you get to start one. But a local real estate meetup that's like not like a sales pitch where the guy comes in the front and he's like, run to the back of the room and jump on your table if you want to spend 80 or $1,000 million. Like I'm talking about just like a local club of investors who get together and talk once a month. The best private lenders in my mind are usually, not always, but usually my best private lenders are actually real estate investors who are just at a different phase. In fact, out of my 2,500 investors who have invested with me, I would guess 2/3 are just like real estate investors and landlords who are like, I would really love to stop fixing toilets. And if I can invest with Brandon and get 15%, shoot, I'm not getting 15% on my own portfolio. I have to change the toilets. Like, what am I doing? And so a lot of the best investors are, and then they understand the industry. Like they're not scared. They're not like freaked out. So I would just connect with a lot of people at local real estate clubs. And then in that process, there's a line I say all the time is you get the results of what you repeatedly do, right?
Ooh,
So
Nelly.
yeah,
Say that again.
yeah, you get the results of what you repeatedly do.
Yep.
So example, or another way to say that, and then I'll give you an example. No one was ever surprised that they got a six-pack, right? Think about that. Nobody has ever been shocked. They woke up in the morning like, hot dang, where'd this thing come from? Woo! Nobody does that. Everyone's like you would be offended if you had a six-pack and I was like, oh, lucky. Oh, lucky. Look, we just woke up like that.
Yeah.
You're like, no, I go to the
Genetics.
gym 6 days a week and I don't eat carbs and I haven't seen ice cream in 30 years. You'd be mad at me if I suggested it was luck.
Yeah.
Why? Because you get the results of what you repeatedly do. And so success is not luck. Success is simply doing the right thing over and over and over and over, right? We know that. So then you take that mentality and say, well, what is the right thing over and over and over? What is the diet and exercise of raising capital? Let me ask you that. What's the diet and exercise of raising private capital? There's a few things that come to mind, but primarily I would say meeting with people who are
Let's go.
investors and have money.
Let's go.
Like if you meet with people who have either are investors or have money. So let's just say you set a goal. I'm going to go to coffee once a week this entire year with somebody who is a real estate investor in my market. I don't care if they flip houses or are wholesalers or whatever, just one a week. I'm going to go out and have coffee with somebody or lunch or dinner or whatever. One, you're going to learn a ton, but at the end of a year, you're going to have 52 people who like you. And you just go there and you read How to Win Friends and Influence People first so that you know how to make people like you and don't be a weirdo. And then ask them a bunch of questions about themselves and their kids and their family and their interests. We're not manipulating. We're just building actual friendships. Shocking. That's what networking is actual just building friendships. You'll have 52 friends at the end of the year who like you and are excited to see you grow in your real estate. Here's a little secret. I know I'm going off a tangent. Here's the secret that real estate investors, older ones, and I mean older as anybody over like your age. So if you're 20, then a 30-year-old counts. If you're 40, then a 50-year-old and plus counts. Older real estate investors absolutely love to help younger ones. Every real estate investor I have ever met in my entire life has loved helping the younger ones. We see ourselves in them. And when you go to that local landlord who owns 40 units in your town and you're like, just tell me how you've done this. You're what? You're amazing. Like those guys aren't invited on podcasts. Those guys aren't out there on social media teaching. And so like they don't get recognition. Nobody cares. Their kids don't care about their real estate. Just dad's a stupid landlord. And all of a sudden, this young person comes to them and they're like, "Tell me all your ways." They're like, "My lost son, I'll tell you everything." And then they
So
sell
true.
you deals and they
So
sell
true.
you properties and they give you money. And if you had 52 of them because you did the work,
Mhm.
then a year from now, you would have unlimited money for the rest of your career just by doing that. One coffee a week would give you unlimited money for the rest of your career. Yet nobody here is going to do that because
Well,
nobody
and
does.
let's say that one more time. We're going to talk about these strategies over and over again, and people just don't do them. Now, I knew doing something
I
about
know.
Mike that you need to know. Mike plays poker with a group of guys just about every week. One of them used to be one of my private lenders. And so Mike's kind of doing this on the poker tables. And so
Love it.
he's probably like losing hands of poker because he's getting 4% interest rate from some of these lenders. That's what I would do if I was you guys. I would never win at
100%.
poker. Never win at poker. Lose $100 a week on purpose.
Yeah,
Um,
he's terrible at poker, Ben. Just so you know.
You need to be more terrible. You got to learn this game, all right? How to win friends and influence people.
Yeah,
Never-
you got to lose.
I gotta
You got to
lose.
lose, bro.
I
This
gotta
guy's making $100
lose to
and
win.
he's paying 15 points.
Yeah.
To mention too, like it's been absolutely unbelievable because I've been on a cruise for the last 10 weeks or whatever. I'm finally leaving tomorrow, go back to snowy land. But like the amount of people that I've met just through conversations that are the type of people that are on 14-day cruises and that are all business owners, retired,
100%.
they have
Yeah.
assets, and then just being curious about them has led to conversations about what I do, right? And then boom, we're connecting. I've got 4 people I'm talking to today, so it's unbelievable. It's not
Yeah.
super scalable because you got to be on a cruise ship all the time, but
Hey, we gotta keep plowing through. I know we only got.
Thank you,
Sorry,
Brandon.
I'm gonna have to
Appreciate it.
start cutting some people off to get some popcorns done.
I actually I love the cruise thing. I never thought about
Yeah.
it before, but what a genius idea.
So good.
What a genius
Mike's
idea.
just on
You guys, that was
cruises having
worth the
dinner.
price of admission right here.
He's just on cruises, having dinners every day, meeting people like fire. Go on
Yeah,
a cruise,
such
real
a
estate
phenomenal
cruise,
idea.
real estate cruise.